Hey, how y'all doing? It's Teddy Graham.
What's up, Dom the Bomb?
And this is our prediction vlog. Yay! September 14th, gonna be live. We got our number 2 Cam taking on our number 3 Twitch, both undefeated. Crazy matchup for $500 and a chance to take out the undefeated, unstoppable, unbelievable Matt KO, our champ. So let's go through the matches. Phil versus SeeNo. I don't know anything about Phil. I believe this is his first battle ever. He's going to be taking on SeeNo. Had his debut last time against Kevo. Ended up losing it. A little bit sore about it. I don't respect that. So
yeah,
if anybody,
you gotta know how to eat your losses. So
if any of you guys lose in this event, please don't be butthurt about it. I mean, I feel like I got robbed last time, and you know I was cool at the event, and I whined about it on Twitter like a grown ass man.
You did get robbed though. I mean, SeeNo and Kevo, that wasn't a robbery. That was close, and Kevo took it. Did not appreciate how he got on the mic and started saying, "Oh, hey, yeah, you guys know Kevo more. I'm a rookie, so that's why he won." No, he won because he beat you fair and square. Just letting you know that.
Right. So let's talk about the matchup. I don't want to shit on you too much for last time, SeeNo. But talk about the positives. SeeNo, great presence, great aggression, great delivery.
Nice freestyles.
Yes, very good freestyling. You forgot your shit a few times and just smooth, like you didn't forget it. I mean, it was wonderful. And I like your flow too. I don't know much about Phil, but seeing what I saw from SeeNo is I think SeeNo is going to be a solid mid to high level opponent for him. So Phil is going to have to come with some mean bars because I don't see him outdoing SeeNo in SeeNo's own game. So I think bars, if Phil's got some complex bars and he also has good presence and all that, he could win. But like I said, starting him from just the middle at 50%, not knowing anything about him, I think SeeNo will take this one.
Yep, SeeNo.
The next battle.
Dre Run versus Bosch.
Oh, you want to get into that one right now? All right. This battle I think I'm real excited for, maybe a little bit more than the Twitch and Cam battle, because these dudes have been talking shit back and forth.
Shit.
In the last event out in Stockton, they were supposed to battle there due to extraneous circumstances. Dre couldn't make it to the battle, so of course Bosch had some fun with that and talked some shit. Dre comes on and puts out a video saying that he will battle Nasty Nate
2 versus 1.
Yeah, Nasty Nate and Bosch in a 2 versus 1 handicap battle. So then Bosch comes out with a video of him taking his shit, shirt off, butt ass naked, clowning on Dre Run, talking mad shit about that one. Dre gets back at him on Facebook, and then Bosch releases another video with Pharaoh swearing he's gonna chew him up like it's nothing. So
you got a little beef right there.
So I'm excited for it. I love the hype on it. To break it down straight up, from the one little verse I seen from Bosch taking his shit, and I know he's gonna be shaking his head like, you ain't seen nothing, nigga, you ain't seen nothing. Whatever. From what I seen in that, he has a good flow, a pretty good presence for somebody who's, not even on the stage. He had some good bars, very solid all around. Nothing I saw was like, oh wow, impressive, but it was all around solid and pretty good. I think Dre, he had a good performance against Quan, really stepped it up from his battle against me, and he's only going to improve more. I think he's going to come with stronger punches, but I think he's going to have a lot of filler in between the punches. So the way I'm going to predict this one is I think Bosch is going to edge it either 2-1 or 3-0, simply because his rounds are going to be more consistent through and through. Their presence is going to be equal. I think Bosch's delivery might be a little bit better. But again, Dre's improving, so I'm saying it's going to be close, but just for consistency, I'm going to edge it to Bosch.
I don't know about that. I mean, Dre Run's a particularly pretty good opponent. He's a veteran and no excuses. From what I've seen, he stepped his game up. He does have a little bit of filler, but if he goes if he doesn't go down that route and actually attacks his opponent, which I feel like he's gonna do, I feel like Dre's gonna take it. He's got a lot better when he battled Quan. There's pretty good stuff I've seen out there. It was pretty impressive to me. Bosch is dope. Don't get me wrong, Bosch is dope. But I mean, he just doesn't have that experience. I mean, he's a good rapper. I'm sure he makes tracks, but he doesn't have that experience. And you're going up against a vet, so I'm just gonna give it to Dre.
Alex versus Menstrual Cycle. Alex, I haven't seen him yet. I don't know much about him whatsoever. I think he's probably part of the what's it called, OGC. I think he's part of the OGC crew with Matt. So he's going to bring some freestyles to the game. Yeah. That ability, and he's going to be taking on Menstrual Cycle. From what I've seen in Menstrual's battles, it's going to be jokes. He's not one for the bars. He's going to come with jokes, good flow. A very goofy but presence that works for him, and I think he's just gonna be funny, and he's just gonna clown Alex on everything that exists. So Alex, either you're gonna have to beat him at his own game and be funnier than him like Repellent did, but Repellent's a fucking monster, so good luck with that. Or you're gonna have to bring the bars, and you're gonna have to have a more serious presence and really contrast with his style. So it depends on what Alex does. If I were to take a guess right now, Menstrual's, battled some high-level people and knows some pretty big names in the rap game, and he's a real student of the game, so I think he's going to take this one.
Yeah, Menstrual's been stepping his shit up. I mean, as far as I could say, I'm going to give it to him just on the fact that when we were preparing for Khalid and Essam, his stuff went from jokes to not just jokes, but everything else. Jokes, bars, multis. It was really big improvement, and just based to improve. I'm going to give it to Menstrual. Plus, I'm just going to leave it at that. The Menstrual Cycle is going to take it.
Nasty Nate versus Professor Z. Somebody else I finally know shit about both opponents. So if you look at the paper on this one, Nasty Nate 0-2 and no excuses, just bad luck in his battles. Close one with Dom. His last one against G was pretty close from what I was watching, but he choked a little bit. And then Professor Z 2-0, been tearing up his opponents. So if you look at the tape in the stats, it looks like Professor Z got this easy. But to really break it down for their actual styles, Professor Z has had some pretty easy opponents so far. Yeah. And on top of that, here's the thing about Professor Z. Professor Z is maximum disrespectful. I thought what I did against Matt was maximum disrespectful, and it was, but Professor Z will take it past that. Yeah, Professor Z, maximum disrespectful. If you think you've heard it all, he's gonna change that. Issue with it is he has the most basic schemes. Like, his shit will literally be like, I'm gonna explode inside your mom like I'm Dom the Bomb, and basic punchlines, almost no bars, no multis. The delivery of them is a little bit shaky, but
it's kind of, sometimes it hits, but then sometimes it misses, and it's just kind of awkward for me. Other times it's dope, and I like where he's going with it, but like you said, he lacks the base. He uses the basic point, the basic lyrics to get his point across is what he does. Nasty Nate, on the other hand, he's a funny dude. He gets personal with it. He went to Stockton, and he fucking started talking shit about his opponent. His opponent was a black guy. He fucking came out with all this random shit that I wouldn't have fucking said in Stockton. So, I mean, Nate has balls too. The basic thing about them is that Nate doesn't have really any delivery. And Professor Z has delivery, but it's hit or miss. So, I mean, they're both lyrics. I would say lyric-wise, Nasty Nate is a little bit better than Professor Z, but Professor Z's delivery is way better than Nasty Nate's. So probably I'm going to give this to Professor Z. I'm going to say Professor Z's going to take it. Unless Nasty Nate just busts out with some dope theatrics and improves his lyrics just a little bit, then I could see him easily taking it, but I doubt that's going to happen. So I say Professor Z's going to take it.
Yeah, I mean, talking about Nate, he looks like a zombie on stage. Don't get me wrong, he has good bars. I think I've seen him pull some multis a couple of times. He has good jokes too. So he's pretty balanced, got a lot of potential. He just hasn't found his presence yet, and I fought that battle, and I haven't even found a consistent presence. It's not easy to do. So that's the thing. It's really going to be bars versus delivery. So lyricism versus delivery. So, I mean, for me, I kind of feel a little bit Professor Z, but I really feel like this one could go either way. Because if Professor Z brings a little bit of lyricism to what he has, I think he's going to beat Nate by a little bit of a good measure. But same thing, if Nate adds a little bit of delivery to his bars, I think he'll beat Professor Z by that same, solid margin. And if he adds presence and Professor Z adds lyricism, then you've got yourself in a classic on your hands. So
it's going to be close.
It all depends. If they stay the same, and they just don't improve at all, I'll give it to Professor Z a little bit because he's going to be maximum disrespectful. He's going to get the crowd on his side, and Nate's just going to be a robot. But
it's just a fucking...
I'm hoping y'all both improve and you both bring better shit, and it's just going to be a classic and a good battle. And finally, it brings us to the main event of the night.
Twitch versus Cam.
Yes. I'm too excited. You speak on this one first.
Well, let's just put it this way. If you go back and watch Cam's battles, and if you go to Soul Collective and you see him perform against people that just show up and say, hey, let's freestyle battle, he literally destroys everybody. It's no question about it. He did a 2 versus 1, destroyed 2 guys versus him, fucking a guy outside. He kills his opponents. And at first I thought it was, it's just basic shit he's spitting. But then he pulled this fucking, this bar out of his ass where a guy was wearing a fucking Vans hat. And what did he say?
He said, I'll blow your top off and turn that Vans to a convertible. Now, if you wrote that line, that would be an okay line to write. But to come off the dome and to come up with something like that just on the fly in the middle of a battle, it's not like it was premeditated. The dude was out front freestyling and challenged Cam to a battle, and he got his top taken off for sure. So I'm looking at this battle like this. If you look at it on paper and you look at stats and you watch all their old videos, Twitch has already lost this battle. I mean, if you just watch and you just see that, I mean, there's an interview out there actually. I might actually link this in the YouTube video of them face to face. And the thing about Cam is people talk about he freestyles and all that. He hands down has the best delivery and best presence in No Excuses, and probably even California, and maybe even tied for the best, in the battle rap game. I mean,
his crowd control is flawless.
Yeah.
He knows he can pick you apart. It's not just, I mean, dude's a beast. Dude's crazy.
I mean, there's rappers out there who's got good, presence when they bring their dick riders and, they fucking are all like, oh my God, get that nigga.
Nigga.
Yeah.
Nigga. Nigga.
Shout out to Pharaoh on that one. You know what I'm saying? But Cam, you know what I'm saying? There's a little bit of that. His boys and his fans are going to show up and do that. But I've seen random people who've never seen Cam or even a rap battle in their lives automatically just get on his side. So his presence and his delivery is the best, elite level. I can't think of anybody in the rap battle game who has better performance and delivery than him, probably equal. And on top of that, his freestyle game is mixed. I mean, he spits jokes, he does good rebuttals, he fucking raps fast.
Bars.
He imitates people, and he has bars like that one I've seen. The only gaping hole he has is multis.
Yeah.
I've never seen him spit a multi, but that's more of what a slow freestyler like myself will do, but he's a quick freestyler. But I don't want to talk Cam too much. Let's talk about Twitch. You battled him most recently, so why don't you talk to him a little bit?
Twitch, what we had was a classic match. I feel, in our opinion, it was dope. But to be honest, I feel like if I hadn't choked, I would have took it, and it was a close one. With that being said, you dodged a bullet with that one. Your best man won, but before that, your opponent choked as well. So with that being said, you kind of dodged a couple bullets to get there in comparison to where Cam has actually fucking slaughtered. You got away with the win. Cam went there and fucking destroyed and pulverized people for the win. So, I mean, I would say Cam takes it. I mean, Twitch is dope. He's good. He has bars. I like. He has multis. They're decent. His lyrics, they have depth and they go personal. He'll fucking research you and he'll do it. He's on some fucking. He's on some crazy confident shit right now. If you look in his eyes, he's out for some fucking blood. But I would still have to give it to Cam, honestly. Twitch, you're dope, man, but Cam's no joke. That's what I have to say about that one.
Yeah. Now, Twitch, I know if you're watching this, you've been shaking your head the whole time of us talking up Cam, and I know you called him out and said that, all he does is freestyle, and he has he's very repetitive with this stuff, and you are right, but again, that presence and delivery, and he does change it up. To break you down, Twitch, I'm agree with him, and I think Cam's going to take this one 2-1 by a good measure. I say 2-1 because I think as long as you come good in your third round, you're going to take it, and that's for any freestyler simply because when you're coming off the top of the dome, it is very hard not to repeat yourself in the third round. I mean, he did it against Kevo. I judged the battle against Kevo and gave Kevo the third round, even with a little stumble, because Cam said the exact same shit, he said in the first and second and third, and you can't help that. I mean, once the third round comes, you've already rebutted what your opponent's going to say. I've never seen anybody come with 3 rounds that are completely different, so you can't rebuttal it again. You've already attacked them, and then your only option is to either be new and say some irrelevant bullshit talking about the room around you, or, to repeat the same pointing, and it just happens. I think he's going to take the first round for sure, just off the presence. And I think the second round he's going to get you on rebuttals. And the reason I think he's going to get you, Twitch, straight, hands down, is every time I've seen you, always hit and miss. I think you're going to have probably the greatest hits you've ever had. But every battle I've seen of yours, there's always that dead period, and you always have at least 1 or 2 just whack bars or whack schemes around. Yeah. And against somebody with the presence and delivery and consistency that Cam brings to the game.
No room for error. No room.
There's not. You can't have a whack punch in a round against Cam. Maybe the third round you can afford 1 or 2 whack punches because he'll get repetitive, but you cannot afford to have a scheme that doesn't work. Everything has to be constant. Yeah. Every punch has to land. I think you'll have stronger punches, but I think you'll do a tight scheme, maybe 3 or 4, and you might have the momentum and have the round, and you'll do 1 whack scheme, and you'll lose it. I think you've got great potential. Your pen game is good. Your intelligence is good. Your desire and your hunger for the game is very good. And your balance, but I just don't think you have the consistency to beat him. I think he's going to take the crowd off jumping unless you fucking come with some crazy, crazy shit. And I'll put it this way, Twitch. If you look anything like you have in the past at all, unless you come with something completely different than what you've been doing.
You go Super Saiyan.
Yeah, like on a whole nother planet than what you did against Dom or your battles before that, I think he's going to get you on this one by a good measure. Again, I'd love to see you come out. I mean, if you beat Cam, I mean, that's huge. I mean, that's great for the game. I mean, that'll really blow you up, and that'll really put No Excuses, Stockton, everything on the map. And I really want this to be a classic close one, but the way I see it breaking down is you're going to have some good bars and a few whack ones, and those whack ones are going to kill you.
Yeah. October 25th. I'm hosting my own event, showing you guys what's up. You would not believe the names I have on the card right now. It's fucking insane. Let's just say the fact that a battle of the Bay the next day, that helped us out a lot. Let's just say that event being the day after is fucking pretty dope for us. Everything's falling apart. It's gonna be dope. October 25th, Vacaville, California. It's insane.
Too exclusive.
Yeah, I'll keep yourself posted, and I'll fucking drop more information on that. Other than that, this has been fucking Dom Bomb and
Teddy Graham, and this was our prediction vlog.
Yay!
Peace.